Now you know what? I'm gonna have to be real strategic about this since I'm here by myself, right? Because if I flip it up on the edge, look, I hardly have any edge to work with now, do I? And chances are, if I try to lift out on the edge and if I get it slightly off, the whole thing's gonna cattywampus and crash down and could break out the bottom of the cabinet or something. So I'm gonna have to think about this for a minute. And I think what I'm gonna wanna do is clean this out of here on both sides, let's say, and then maybe take my 2x4s and take that and push it in underneath all the way tight, so it's virtually right up next to there. Do you see what I mean? And put one on the other side, screw it down so it doesn't move or something, and figure this out, okay? I'm gonna work on this a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to be just like a bowl in a china shop. Lift that up, have it slide just barely, and then have it fall down underneath inside the cabinet. Even if I take the front and slide the front back, I could get it off the front and then it could hit, no backing on the sides, and the whole thing could come crashing down in there, okay? Before you start doing things, especially heavy things, think about it, especially if you're working on your own. Now, if I had somebody here helping me, we'd grab it on both ends, lift it up, but I'm here by myself, you know? So I've got to work strategically. Oh, I'm not sure about this. I probably should wait until Momi gets back. But either way, this next part I'm probably going to have to do on my own anyway. So I'm gonna try to lift that side up, swivel it over, so I have the bottom of it kind of down on here and not on the top, because I don't want it to mash up the faucet or the air gap. I put a little 2x4 down here. I made sure I swept all this because I don't want to slip on it, and got that all cleaned up. And I think I'm just going to slide it that way a little bit and then swivel it up. I don't think it's going to fall in the hole. I'm still going to have to be careful of the whole kit and caboodle, man. Okay, against my well, I say against my better judgment, but sooner or later this thing's got to get out of there. And I guess I'm going to try it on camera in case it crashes. You can see what not to do, right? Okay. I'll get my stuff all situated. Oh, gotta be careful of all kinds of stuff up here, don't I? Soffit. See, slide it that way. Whoa. Now I can, there it goes. Oh, man. What are you talking about? Whoa. Whoo, now what? Oh, I gotta stay here and swivel it over. Oh man, this is one heavy beast. Whoa, I don't want it to manhandle me right off of the counter here, do I? Oh, okay, about like that, huh? Whew. Now, oh, good way to break your back. Oh. This stuff's gotta swivel up a little. Oh. cow. I'm still gonna have to lift it down, but I'm glad I didn't try to just do it here, and I'd probably wrench my back all out of shape. Whew. Whew. That took it out of me. Oh. Yeah. You probably don't want to do that by yourself. In case something were to happen and you hurt yourself. Oh man. See, it just sat on top of there, and I got the pipes all kind of wigged out there. Man, it almost messed that one up there, didn't it? I probably should lift it up, put that 2x4 on the edge. I think I'll do that because, you know, I don't know, that faucet wasn't in that great a shape, but if somebody wants to use it, there, I'll just kind of leave it like that until mommy gets here. I don't want to do it too much. Well, I guess I can go to there, like that, until she gets here. Now, if I wanted to, if I'm going to save this air gap, now's the time to do it on the back side and all that kind of stuff. And the new sink, when you're out on an area like this, you don't have a wall there. Lots of times people don't like to put the air gap up there, but you gotta have some sort of air gap. And well, actually, I'm wrong. I was thinking about the vent. They got the vent here, and you can dirty arm it, I think up to 5 feet. So they up here, and then they went across, and then the vent's over there. But as for the air gap, if you don't want an air gap on top of your counter, and you don't necessarily have to, but I think you still have to install the air gap. When the dishwasher comes up, you put the air gap down underneath here, hold it up there, strap it somehow up high, and then have it come back down. I think you still have to have an air gap. I don't think you can just run your dishwasher drain and loop it up high and then back down to the dishwasher or to the garbage disposal. I'm going to have to ask the plumber. I'm going to have to call him up and talk to him about that because when the countertop comes, they said, okay, we're only cutting the counter out here for the sink. We're not going to drill the holes for the sink until they look at the sink faucet, and then they go over with me exactly the placement. Do I want it in the center? Do I want it off to one side or the other? Is there going to be an air gap? Is there going to be a pump like for dishwasher soap or hand soap or something like that? And I want, the sink is coming with one of those little spouts, and I thought I was going to have to drill a third hole. But the guy, when he came out here to do all the measuring, he says, hey, maybe you don't have to do that. You just do the two and put the air gap underneath. So see, that's why I'm not sure if I need the actual air gap. No sense buying a brand new air gap. This one looks fine. Okay. See, there's a nut there, but I don't even have to undo that nut. There's just one underneath here. Obviously, I have to loosen that up. Yeah, I guess I will have to take this nut off too. And look, it's already loose. Actually, I don't have to undo this bottom one at all. I just, good grief, I thought I was going to have to get my pliers out and all kinds of stuff. See, I just loosened this up. And like I say, I don't know if they're going to use an air gap or not. But if they don't, no harm, no foul. I don't need to, I can throw this away, right? And see, that was attached to the hose, the drain that goes down to the garbage disposal. And when you're hooking up a dishwasher, your dishwasher pipe goes to there. Then this one off to the side goes to your garbage disposal. Now, if you don't have an air gap above the countertop. And if they say, oh yeah, you don't have to use it, you don't have to use an air gap at all, then my question is, the drain for the dishwasher is this size. How do you get it bigger like that? I think it might have a reducer thing on it, a big pipe, a medium pipe, and a smaller one. You cut the other two off, put it under there, and maybe that other big one is for if you want to hook it directly to a garbage disposal without having this air gap. But I'm not sure, because I think you need that for air. And maybe they just take the pipe and make a big loop way up high and then go back down to the dishwasher or to the garbage disposal without this air gap. I'm not quite sure. Because the thing is, with the air gap, sometimes if this gets plugged up, sometimes you've seen water come out of this and then it's on top of your countertop when your dishwasher goes on. That's because this is probably full of gunk and stuff. You probably should take this out, take it apart, clean it, and you might fix your problem. But if something like that happens and you have this underneath the sink, you're never going to know until you open up your sink one day and everything underneath your sink is saturated with water and you find out, oh shoot, your air gap was messed up and this got filled up with gunk and stuff. So I'm not quite sure if they need an air gap for the dishwasher at all, but I'll talk to I'm going to have to remember to call the plumber today and ask him so that when the countertop guys, or call him Monday morning, so when the countertop guys are here, if he tells me to drill a third hole, I'll have him drill 3 holes. But if he tells me only 2, I'll do 2. Now here's the other thing. The guy was saying that if it's a brand new job and you do 2 holes for the counter and a building inspector comes, the plumbing inspector says, oh, no. It might be in a county where the building inspector is adamant about the fact that your air gap goes on top. Okay? Well, then you can take your pump, your hand pump for your soap, take that out, still put your air gap without having to drill a second hole, a third hole. You see what I'm saying? But either way, see, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna save it. If somebody wants, if somebody ends up buying that, obviously I'll unscrew this. I can unscrew this now. I'll do that, and then that will go with the sink when I sell it. And they could use that for the garbage disposal. And if I find out before that I don't need this air gap, I'll give them this too. No problem. And if I need it, I'll save it. Okay? Well, there's that. Now, I can carefully clean this up. Don't just start beating this out with a hammer, because remember, that top edge of the cabinet trim is there. It kind of looks like a fake drawer front. From there to there, and then another one over to there. And these just get attached like that. Isn't that silly? You just hit this, or you can take it and pry it right off and pull it off. And that's how they attach those. I could have taken those off, I guess, before I put the craft paper down, right? I could have, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna be careful with that. Clean this up over here. I got enough room to do all that, and then I'll look at this plywood a little bit, see where the screws are and stuff, how hard this is gonna be to take off. Then I've got to decide what to do with this, right? Stick around so you can learn more. Hey, the more you watch, the more you learn.